Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne Picetti-Johnson. I'm with Avenues to Wellness. We are a program of the Frank R. Howard Foundation, and this is our Health Heroes series. I am here today with Missy. She is a young 29-year-old mother who's been dealing with obesity and depression, and she's here today to tell us about her journey. Thank you so much for opening up these topics today for us.
Yes.
And so let's start at the beginning with where your weight loss journey kind of really started.
So I've been overweight most of my whole life, struggled with it. After having a kid, things kind of clicked into reality that I needed to change my weight, not being able to take care of my son the way I wanted to, not being able to play with him the way I wanted to, not been able to be a mother the way that I wanted to because of my weight was a big wake-up call.
Okay, so what do you mean because of your weight? What did that actually feel like?
Day-to-day chores were hard.
Okay.
It hurt physically
Physical pain.
Physical pain's a big deal.
Okay.
It hurt a lot just to stand and do dishes. To carry my son from the car to the front door of the grocery store.
I see.
Between my back, my knees, just my whole body would ache.
Okay. Yeah. So that was really the motivator for you to do something.
Yeah, I wanted to be around for my son.
I see. I see.
And that the pain not being able to take care of him, and the realization of I'm not going to be around to see him maybe graduate high school or to see his kids.
So that was your big motivator, him, and the physical pain you were experiencing.
Yes.
Okay, so then what came next? You had tried a lot of diets and tried to lose weight before. But then what's been different about this time?
Yeah, I've reached out a lot, tried to get help. I've gone to the doctors beforehand with the weight, or the pain, not just the weight, but this hurts, what can I do? And all they would ever tell me is lose weight and this will get better.
I see.
I never had doctors that would reach out to me and be like, well, we can do this, we can do that. You need to lose your weight.
I see, but didn't really give you the path.
Exactly.
Or understand the pain involved.
Right.
Okay.
And then this time I kind of just decided, look, I know that I can't do it on my own. And I found a program that I wanted to get involved in, and it's leading to surgery. I am pre-surgery.
Okay.
I've found a primary care doctor that helped prescribe me a medication to help with weight loss.
Okay.
And then this program that I've been in has helped tremendously. And we will be having surgery shortly.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So you have lost how much weight pre-surgery?
100 pounds.
100 pounds. Yes. Incredible, Missy.
My top weight was 441. And I mean, 100 pounds is like 98 pounds, but it's close enough.
Yeah, exactly. So, call it 100 for sure. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That's huge. And that was actually a requirement of this program, correct?
Yes. I actually only had to lose like 70 pounds or something. I can't remember. But
I see.
I exceeded that, and which is good for post-op. Of course, it'll help more later. I'll lose more potentially after surgery.
Right, because your stomach will...
Because I've already lost that much more.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So what is this program like? What does it involve?
We've changed my eating habits.
Okay.
Gotten me into keto.
Okay.
The ketogenic diet. So I spoke with a nutritionist. They taught me how to re-eat. We've gone through a mental evaluation.
Okay.
I had a psych eval and have been since. I actually, right after my son was born, I got put on medication for depression and bipolar disorder. That's helped too.
Good for you. Good
Thank
for
you.
you. Yeah,
Yes.
there's so much stigma around that, and it's really important.
Yes.
It's a biochemical thing, just like anything else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, and what else? I'm sorry. What else is part of the program?
The required weight loss.
The counseling.
Yes, the counseling. I had to continue counseling, not just an eval. So I had to go and do counseling afterwards, and that's helped a lot.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. So a counselor outside the program.
I see. And so it's been individual and couples counseling, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Both me and my husband had to attend marriage counseling together for a while. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about exercise? What have you been doing with that?
I got into Zumba. I absolutely love it. And then I reached out and found a personal trainer.
Wow.
And got a gym membership.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And he was absolutely amazing, helping me and was there every step of the way, you know. So
yeah. So you have really transformed your whole way of life.
Yes. It's been a lot of work.
Yes.
It really has been.
A huge amount of effort. Yeah.
And I'm just excited and to see where it keeps going. And
so do you want to so do you want to talk a little bit about the stigma around surgery and what that process has been like for you? Because I know a lot of people out there might be thinking, well, she can do it on her own.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
When I first started my journey, I created a Facebook page, and as a accountability tool for myself, to hold myself accountable, not just personally, but to my community. And that's actually how I found my trainer too. And so at this point, I still have people coming up to me in the grocery store, and they'll tell me stuff like, you don't need surgery. You've already lost this 100 pounds. Or, oh, I know so-and-so who had the surgery and this happened to them, or this happened to them. With people that fail at surgery.
Yeah.
I hate to say that word and I hate to even bring it up. Because it is sad. People do it. I know people that have failed. Part of it is because they don't go through the full mental evaluations, through the mental change. The full programs.
I see.
Or they just go somewhere and get the surgery done. They don't understand that the surgery is just a tool.
Just one of the tools in your toolbox.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you're under no delusion that it's some magic bullet.
It's not. No. Not at all.
So you'll continue with all of these things in your toolbox.
Yes.
Post-surgery.
Not all of them, but most of them. I will not be on the medication anymore.
Okay.
But
I
will continue my eating habits and the exercising and all that kind of stuff.
Good. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So it's just one of the tools in the toolbox. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you say you've been overweight all your life, and so I imagine you've dealt with a lot of judgments around that and assumptions that people make around being obese.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about that? Judgments people make, assumptions.
A lot of people assume that somebody's overweight, obese because they've made that choice. Because all they do is sit around and want to eat. Are lazy. I've never been a lazy person.
Okay, you're really active.
I've always been very active.
Yeah,
but I've always also been overweight.
I see. And it is in your genetic background too.
It is.
Okay.
Yes. And that's actually another huge reason for getting surgery, was because it's genetics, both me and my husband.
I see.
I want to train my son now.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah. So it's in my genetics.
And people assume that you're just,
We just don't care, and that
yeah, yeah.
this is the way we want to live.
And that you're not making any effort and you're just lazy and, yeah.
Yeah, when I was, younger, like I said, I tried. I reached out for help. I never was taught properly how to eat.
Okay.
Okay, and that's, not necessarily my fault. How is it my fault that I wasn't taught how to eat?
Right.
And,
right.
Yeah, everybody's body is different. And we all need, different nutrients and whatnot. But there's still a basics, I guess, of eating.
That
Raw foods, I guess, is better for us.
And that you didn't grow up with that.
Not completely.
To some extent.
Yeah. When I was younger, we had home cooked meals and more or less, but it was a lot of meat and potatoes. A lot of high carbs.
I see.
And my body won't break down the carbs necessarily, or turn them more into sugar. My metabolism's slower, or whatever it might be. We could eat the same thing, and because of my body,
right,
I gain the weight.
Right, your metabolism. Yeah.
Like, I have 3 younger sisters. And the two of the 4 of us are overweight, and the other 2 are, small, like really small.
I see. Yeah.
And they eat worse than I do.
Wow.
Well, I've seen both of them eat whole rolls of cookie doughs.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't get away with that.
Exactly.
So thinking about growing up, because there is a real problem with childhood obesity. What do you wish had occurred in your family? How do you think your family dynamics contributed to your overweight situation?
Well, one of the biggest things for me was definitely you have to finish everything on your plate.
The Clean Plate Club.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's starving kids in Africa that would eat that.
Right. Yeah.
And to today, I still struggle with that.
Okay, and so then you're not in touch with actual hunger?
Right.
And satiation?
Yeah, I've lost, I had lost that feeling, that understanding of what hunger really felt like.
I see. Yes.
And the difference in hunger and thirst.
Okay. Okay.
And that's, one thing I personally started out with was, if I felt hungry or thought I was hungry, I would drink water first. And if that didn't fix it, then I would go and find something to eat.
I see. Okay.
But I've definitely regained that, and knowing not only when I'm actually hungry, but when I'm full. So,
yes, so you can stop eating.
Yes.
Naturally, yes.
Yes, instead of, I have to finish what's on my plate.
With that Clean Plate Club mentality.
Yeah.
Okay, and you've told me that that's been really hard to break.
Yeah, I still, like I said, I still struggle with it. It's okay to throw away food. It's okay to, put it away and save it for later.
Right.
Go out to eat, buy your meal and split it into 2.
So now you're in touch with that natural hunger and satiation.
But it's still a mental battle.
It's still a mental battle. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And it's hard. It really, that, I think, is one of probably the hardest thing I've dealt with, actually, through this whole journey, is that mental struggle.
That you have to eat it all on your plate.
Yeah.
And how do you combat that?
I started out with making a smaller plate, like getting a smaller plate.
Okay.
And then I don't know. I mean,
Do you talk to yourself?
yeah, kind of.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Talk back to that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that tells me to clean it all. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You know, I just say it's okay. You know, I just know that it's okay now. I just
Okay.
I just, or like smaller plates. Start out with the smaller plate. I automatically make half a portion. Or split my meal into. There's not gonna lie. There are days where I can't, control it. I can't fight it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? For me personally, it's not necessarily that I emotion eat.
Okay.
Because of feelings or
Okay.
stress, but it's
right.
the overeating of that battle that I have to finish everything on my plate.
Oh. Okay. So you don't feel like you're doing emotional eating, kind of unconsciously. It's more there's that tape inside.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not okay to waste food.
Uh-huh.
And with that, though, I did have 4 younger sisters. There was times when, my cousin would be with us. So we had a family of 6 or guests, my cousin or somebody living with us.
Mm-hmm.
And competition eating almost.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh. You mean how much you can eat?
At some points. There was a point that I sought after my dad's attention so much that... Because when I was younger, I was very much, attached to my dad.
Uh-huh.
And as I got older, that bond is gone. I don't know why. But I that was something for myself that I was trying to get his attention, I guess.
I see.
I can eat as many ribs as you can.
Ah, okay. I see.
Yeah. Or
like a competition, like you said. Yeah.
Just without saying it to him,
Mm-hmm. I see.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And that felt like a bond between you.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And then my cousin being around and wanting to keep up with him because I wanted that same bond kind of with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it came from exactly for myself, why I thought that eating was the key, but it was there for some reason.
That was part of your family dynamic that you've had to address.
Yes. In my own head, yeah.
In your own head, right,
Yes.
right. So you've been really open about your struggle with depression, and you've been diagnosed as bipolar.
Yes.
Okay. And so can you talk about the vicious cycle of depression and obesity and that?
It's all... It's not even just a cycle, it's just an interlocking web that you can't really get rid of one of them without addressing the other ones.
Okay.
I'm going to forever be bipolar, I'm going to forever deal with depression, but I'm not forever going to be obese. So
it feeds, pardon the pun, it feeds off each other. They feed off each other, yeah.
Very, very much.
Yeah.
A great example would be cooking dinner for the family. Okay. After cooking, then there's dishes.
Right.
Okay, we're starting off clean slate, happy day, everything's good. Then I have to go and clean the dishes. After standing and cooking dinner, my back's hurting, my knee's hurting.
The physical pain.
Yes.
Of just standing and doing dishes.
Yeah, and it's the pain isn't just, it's back pain.
Right.
For me, it's like a hot knife being stabbed repeatedly in my back.
Yeah.
And twisting it.
Wow.
My lower back.
Ouch.
So after a while, standing there is almost impossible. It hurts. It makes me cry.
Oh my.
It takes my breath away.
Oh my. Yeah.
So
just the act of doing dishes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And so dishes get halfway done. Because I can't do it the rest of the way.
I see.
The next morning we get up, there's dishes there. either I go and do them and deal with back pain for the rest of the day, or I leave it there and do them later.
Mm-hmm.
But then that feeds into the depression of who wants to see dirty dishes. And it just spirals out of control of a dirty house, which feeds depression.
Yes, and that negative self-talk.
Yes.
Yes. Of
I'm a failure, of this is my fault. You know, I can't take care of my family.
Okay.
I can't do the wifely, motherly duties that I want in myself.
I see.
Because of this. This is my fault.
I see. So they're really interconnected.
Yes.
Yeah, the depression.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a huge difference when I'm on medication.
Fantastic.
Mentally.
Mentally.
With my depression.
Okay.
Not so much the physical pain. I'm still, even 100 pounds lighter, I still struggle with that.
Okay.
I don't know later if there is actual problem or not.
Right. But the medication really helps the depression and that cycle of feeling like a failure. Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Well, good for you for reaching out for that help and seeing it as all part of, they go together.
They do.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah. Okay, so Missy, you've been really honest about the isolation that you felt for a good long time in your life around losing weight and the depression that resulted from the isolation. Do you want to talk more about the isolation and not finding the right help?
Yeah.
It's hard to reach out.
It is. It's really hard, especially in now times today. I feel like it's getting better.
Okay.
But I feel like,
you mean asking for help?
Yes, asking for help
stigma.
is not okay.
Okay.
It means that you're weak.
Okay.
And I know I struggled with it. I've always had to have that I'm the strong one mentality. So reaching out for help was hard, but even when I would, I felt ignored a lot of the times.
Okay.
I would talk to the doctors, like I said, and they would blow me off, or you need to do this, you need to do that. Like I said, I went in and asked the doctors, my knees hurt.
Yeah.
Help me.
Right.
A year and a half ago, I was supposed to get knee braces. I have yet to get them.
I see.
I would go in and they'd say, lose the weight. Okay, well, sure, I'd love to lose the weight. That's what I want to do.
Right.
But how do you expect me to lose the weight when I can't walk because my knees hurt so bad?
We'll
just start walking. Well, how? Lose the weight. They just continuously go back and forth.
I see.
And it gets to the point where trying to ask for help, you feel like there is no help.
You weren't getting the answers you needed. Yeah.
Right.
And like people didn't understand.
Yeah. People that don't understand the physical pain.
People don't understand the physical pain. I think that's really true.
I was lucky enough that I was able to fight that and deal with it, but there are a lot of obese people that get bedridden. Or the lady that you see in the scooter at Walmart that's my size or bigger. It's not because she's lazy. It's not because he doesn't want to walk.
Okay.
It could be, he hurts too much.
Right.
And has tried reaching out for help and isn't getting the help.
I see. Yeah.
And nobody wants to be this way. I promise you that. It's...
And we make a lot of assumptions.
Yeah. There are a lot of assumptions out there.
Yeah. You've talked... I'm sorry.
I was going to say people do end up bedridden.
Right.
From their weight.
Because you're actually in so much pain, you got to go to bed.
Yes.
And you said you were headed there.
Yeah.
Right.
I was Yeah, sitting down to play with my kid on the floor, it hurt getting up. Sometimes it was almost impossible. You know, I never wanted to reach 400.
Okay.
And when I had my son, you know, I was 408. Okay, it's baby weight. I'll lose it.
Right.
But then I just continued to gain weight from there. And for me personally, hitting that 441 was devastating.
I see that actual, seeing that number.
Yeah, I've never been bothered by my size, as in the disgusted way. The this is who I am. This is me. You don't have or if you have a problem with it, kick rocks.
Okay. Good saying. Kick rocks.
You know, I've
so
always
you really
had a lot of
accepted yourself as an overweight person.
And people should. I'm not saying that.
Okay. Right.
Anybody who is happy with their weight, or if they are 400 pounds, but they're fine physically, or whatever. If they don't want to, that they're wrong. That they're bad people. Okay. There's nothing wrong with them.
Okay. You're not saying they should lose weight.
No.
If they're happy
they
with
want to, exactly.
Right. But when you saw that 441 and you felt the physical pain of not being able to keep up with your son.
Yes.
That was really the motivator for you. Yeah.
For me. Yes, that's the key thing. For me.
For you, because everybody's so different. Yeah. And you've talked about obesity as really an illness, and that folks don't see it like that.
Yeah. Like I was saying, you know, nobody really is not happy, but they don't. If our bodies could handle being obese, being overweight, it wouldn't be a problem so much. Excuse me.
I see. But the physical weight again on the
but there is. It is an illness. It is like saying it's my fault. Like a diabetic's their fault. It's not.
Right.
You know. Genetics. Not just genetics, but the way our bodies are designed, created, whatever, from caveman eras. Is to store weight.
Right.
You know, and so some of ours have evolved past that. Some of ours hasn't necessarily.
Right. Yeah.
My gut health, my probiotics could be off.
Yeah.
The way I was raised mentally.
Right, that family dynamic. Yeah. What do you want to say to families out there who are dealing with kids that are overweight? What do you want to say to them?
The biggest thing would be, don't push it all on the child.
Don't expect them to do it by themselves.
Don't blame them for it.
Don't blame them for it. Okay.
Step back and look at the way that what you as a family as a whole are doing. Where can you start to help that child?
I see.
Like I said, I didn't care when I was younger. So my parents, my family would make remarks. Oh, you shouldn't, have that much cream cheese on a bagel. Why? It doesn't matter.
Right.
So instead of that, something that would have helped me was everybody had the bagels made for them with less cream cheese.
I see.
I know that's kind of like lazy almost, but that's something that would help in a way. Don't put so much mayonnaise on your sandwich. Well, why? Explain it to me.
I see.
Understand it.
More education.
Yeah, more education. We did end up at one point eating a lot of processed, frozen foods. Which I will never blame my mother for. I understand raising 4 girls.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's not easy feeding them
No.
every night. Yeah. Every day. Yeah.
I would have liked, as I got older, there to have been more whole foods, meat, vegetables, not so much potatoes, lower carbs.
I see.
And it kind of, this touches both, what we were just talking about. And now, I was never taught how to eat. I reached out to nutritionists, and I was never taught how to understand my body, how to understand the nutritional value of food. And
I see.
What different foods carry, if you will. So somebody would say, okay, well, you need to go on a low carb diet. What are carbs? I had no idea what that was.
Right,
I didn't know
right.
how to figure out what foods are what, This program that I'm in is what taught me that.
I see. Right. So this program, you've talked about it as really encompassing everything you've needed
Yes.
to meet your goals.
Yes.
And part of it was the nutritional education.
Yes.
Right. And that prior you've tried lots of pieces but didn't have the whole package.
Yes.
And now you have the whole package together, which is why you have the success that you have.
Yes.
Yeah. How cool. How cool. And it's not been easy.
No.
Yeah.
Once I had all the right tools, the weight loss was easy.
Interesting.
But my life has not been easy.
You've had a lot of challenges this year.
Yes.
A lot of just life happening sort of things. And you've kept the weight off.
Yeah.
And you've kept your diet going.
For the most part, we'll say about 85% of it. But
well, that's good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, and the biggest thing is I kept the weight off.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'll fluctuate. I'll put on 5 pounds, but I'll lose it again.
Despite the challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the last year and a half, mainly, a lot of people would have thrown in the towels. I probably would have thrown in the towels a few years ago dealing with all this.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so how do you explain that?
My kid.
Your kid.
And yeah, my kid, and I have a goal to lose this weight, and I've already started something, and I can't fail.
Okay. All right. So I met you on Facebook.
Yes.
And you were totally inspiring, your Facebook page. And so you started this journey on Facebook, and you've had this goal to lose the weight. Yeah. Talk to me about what that's been like. That whole Facebook, the exposure, exposure.
I started this page, like I said, for accountability for myself. I figured my friends would check it out, whatever, kind of a personal diary also.
I see.
I have fallen off on that. I want to get back with it recently. But, I posted it on the Willits page, hey, come check out my page. And it just kind of took off. That's how I think you found me.
Okay, that's how I found you, yeah.
And, I've had nothing but encouragement and just people reaching out to me. I need to lose weight. What do I do?
Wow. Opening up the topic.
Yeah. I never would have thought that anybody would come to me and ask me to lose weight.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's been motivating.
Yes. It has been very encouraging and uplifting, and I can go in there and just spill my guts and have nothing but positive encouragement. And this is coming from somebody that most of the time doesn't like Facebook. Right. But, and then I go to the grocery store. And people are encouraging me. Hey, you look great. You know, you're doing well. Hey, I think you started a weight loss thing on Facebook, right? And it's like, yeah, you're doing really good. People I don't even know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
small
touching
town.
a lot of lives, inspiring a lot of people.
Yeah, I've had somebody walk up to me not too long ago, and they just had surgery.
Oh,
Through a different surgeon, and we were, you know, standing in the middle of the store discussing issues that she's having. I will say, when I started this, I did think surgery was that cure-all that a lot of people think it is. I've done so much research and listened to it that I understand it differently, and as that person, I can now be like, to somebody that's failing, if you will, be like,
yes,
well,
yes.
are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this? And I was able to help this lady in a safe way with that.
Because you've been there. You understand.
I haven't been there because she's already post-op.
Oh, this is the post-op person.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I see.
So, and we found something that she was like, well, that could be my problem right there. You know, I started a support group at one point for walking and you know, working that way. I've had other people come to me, you know, another lady that was pre-op. How are you doing? Where are you at in this journey? And being able to talk about it and discuss the different things that we're both doing. I need to lose 10 more pounds. What are you doing? What can I do to help with this? And starting that page has actually, like, opened a new door for me, has lit a fire that I want to help people.
Beautiful.
I want to help them lose the weight.
Beautiful, yeah. And you know what it's like to not get the help you need.
Exactly.
Right, so you want to be that person.
Without the doctor's schooling.
Without the doctor's schooling,
yeah.
Right. And your experience can be even more valuable than that clinical experience, you know?
I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
So a really unexpected thing from that Facebook page and the response from the community.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So what are your goals? Do you have an actual weight that you want to get down to, or?
I don't have a number.
You don't have a number. Okay.
I want to be able to see, this is kind of, I don't know, I just want to enjoy life, you know?
Without having
I want to go skydiving.
You want? Cool.
Like, I can't go skydiving right now.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. You've talked about other lifestyle things that you don't want to have to deal with anymore, like a certain chair or a certain...
Yeah. That's a big thing is, you know, being this size, even now, but when I was bigger, you know, walking into a room, one of the first things you do is you scan the room for the most sturdy, wide chair. Because it can't fit.
Right.
I just, like, realized the other day that I can use a public restroom without having to use the handicap stall.
Okay.
I can use the normal stalls.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So that's part of your goal, is to kind of just be able to use
the standard.
Yeah, right. And you've also talked about standard clothing sizes too.
Yeah.
That you want to be able to.
Yeah. It's harder going shopping.
Right.
You know,
right.
It's harder going shopping for clothes, just in general. And one of my biggest things, and this is really, really kind of personal, is when I was 441 pounds, getting clean was hard.
Yeah.
You know, and I still struggle with excess sweat. You know, I'm gonna have an apron, and I have part of an apron where my stomach is gonna hang down.
Mm-hmm.
And in between there, it gets sweaty, and I get sores.
I see.
And
okay.
they're miserable.
I see.
You know, and that's, I'm ready to get rid of that, not deal with that anymore.
Good for you. Good for you, but not attached to any number or look.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And you don't judge other people.
Never.
That yeah.
Don't judge anybody.
Yeah. Because you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Fantastic. Well, I really, really want to thank you for opening up these two subjects about depression and obesity, and you're reaching out for help because so many people are isolated and in that vicious cycle, and you are an amazing inspiration of someone who is really succeeding, and I want to thank you for sharing it.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
really
you.
important because you give people permission to then reach
Yeah.
out.
It really is. It is okay to ask for help, and it is okay to say, I have these problems.
Yeah.
I need help.
Right. Instead of suffering alone. Yeah.
And don't give up looking for a doctor.
Okay.
Don't give up looking for that help, because eventually you'll find it.
Great message. You went through a lot of doctors and a lot of diets and a lot of tries before the success. Yeah. Don't give up. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good.
It's there.
So can we share folks to like your Facebook page and watch your continued journey?
Yes, please.
It's Missy's weight loss journey,
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And
That's bad.
it is a really candid, open, honest document of Missy's weight loss. It's very inspiring and inspired me, and I'm really thankful that I've met you. It's been a really nice relationship getting to know you, Missy.
Yes, and thank you. You've been one of the most stable, solid points.
My pleasure.
In this journey in the last year and a half. So I
you're
appreciate it.
a true inspiration, and my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.